the punks, trans, gay, etc., however you choose to identify. Why do y'all continuously act like makeup and dresses make women women? See, this is what kills me about punks and trans that continuously choose women to compete with. I woke up a woman before I did any motherfucking thing. Anything. Y'all sit there, y'all wake up, and y'all hear how y'all really sound before y'all remember to speak above your Adam's apple, before you remember to shave, before you remember to put on enough concealer under your foundation to cover up your shadow. But y'all wait until y'all do all of these things, and then y'all choose to turn around and attack women. There is no possible way that EJ even feels that way. People like that have low self-esteem and they actually feel ugly. And I don't give a damn what they say out their mouth. Every day you wake up and look down and you see the body of a very chubby man that has lost an immense amount of weight quickly. You see loose skin and a wee-wee. You hear your voice. You see your face without no makeup on and your hair before it is pressed. You do not like any of these things. Period. Period. You don't even like to show any of these things. But y'all sit there and wait till y'all are done up to look as feminine enough. And then y'all choose to attack women. The craziest part to me is that y'all will never be. So the psychosis will never end. For you. Because you don't like yourself. You will never ever wake up and see what you see after you beat your face. I see the same thing when I have on a 2X t-shirt and some boxer shorts. You don't see that when you do it. You don't see a tomboy. You see a man. You don't like it. So y'all have to sit there and continuously pack makeup on your face, continuously throw a dress on, continuously do all of these things more than you actually really want to. Because y'all don't even really want to do it that much. Truthfully, you a punk. You ain't even no trans woman.
I want to make something very clear. Straight women do not see gay men or gay men who are sleeping with men who are essentially on the down low. We do not see gay men as our competition. We don't get up in the morning and think about what is this gay man doing today. We're not looking at a feminine gay man who has on a dress, who has on heels, who has on a face full of makeup and thinking, oh, I want to be like that person. We do not look at feminine gay men that way. It seems like, particularly in the Black community, we have all of this infighting and we have these group of people against this group of people. And I've seen a lot of gender fighting where men are pitted against women and vice versa. And I just want the record to show, and I know I don't speak for all women, but I bet you most of them would agree with me. We do not look at feminine men as our competition at all. When we think of a woman who we admire in terms of how she wears a dress, I can say somebody like Naomi Campbell is somebody who we would be like, oh, okay, right? But some guy wearing a dress, and no shade to the guy in the dress and the heels and the wig and the this and the that and the whatever, no shade. But that's not who we are looking at. And let me tell you why. We understand many Black women in our community who either have, family members who are gay, have friends who are gay, went to school with people who are gay. We understand what an uphill battle that is. We understand the lack of acceptance in lots of cases, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's trying to find somebody. We understand what that's like. So at no point, knowing what our own struggle is as Black women, are we looking and saying, oh yeah, let me go ahead and add that struggle. I want to have that struggle too. I want to address this part for trans women. There was some comment that, trans women feel that straight women are jealous of them. At no point does a straight woman who was born a woman, a biological female, want to go through everything that a trans woman has had to go through in order to present herself as a woman. No shade, respectfully. Women have our own challenges. Fibroids, having to deal with, do you have kids? Do you not have kids? We have our own set of issues. At no point do we want to wake up and think, I am inside of the wrong body. And I'm going to speak this for myself, having worked with trans women, having done film and writing and interviewed trans women. People who literally are feeling that, hey, I belong in another body. That is not something that a straight woman is like, okay, I want to go through exactly what she is identifying with. For the people who think that they need to compete with straight women, you do not. We are not competing with you at all. You are not on our radar at all. And not disrespectfully, but just in a way that we don't think about that. That is not something of interest to us. This creator said in her video, she talked about wearing a 2X t-shirt and throwing on some boxing shorts and still basically feeling like a woman, still being feminine, even though she has on a 2X shirt and she has on some boxer shorts. When people think that womanhood is reduced to the size of your breasts, the size of your BBL, how many wigs you have, how much makeup you have on, a lot of women don't do any of those things, and they still are feminine and they're still women. This idea that women are competing against trans women and want to go through all of the, makeup and hair and this and that just to be presented in a way to be accepted as a woman. The average straight woman wants no part of that. We see what that struggle is. We see what that challenge has been. We understand that there is not always acceptance for trans women. There's not always, acceptance for gay men. And particularly as I'm learning from Funky Deneva and Armand Wiggins, for feminine gay men. Okay, so this idea that the straight woman is your enemy and is your competitor is simply not true. We do not wish to be you, and nor do we look at ourselves as competing with you. And getting back to the E.J. Johnson point, he said very clearly in his interview with Carlos King that he dated straight men. The straight man is the man who might be dating on the down low. If a straight woman is finding out that her partner is in fact a down low man, that's a conversation that they're going to have. Maybe some women would be accepting of him being down low. A lot of women would not. Even in that example, we are not looking for the same person. If a straight woman is looking for a straight man, she is not looking for a so-called straight man who also sleeps with men. We don't want any parts of that. This competition with women from gay men or trans women, where did this come from? Tell me what you think. That was certainly one to grow on. Peace. See you next time.